Over the last few years, businesses have undergone some radical changes. This is mainly due to the global pandemic, Russia's invasion of Ukraine, economical uncertainties, and also the constant growth of technological development. So if you're running a business, what are some of the trends that you need to keep up with in 2023 to survive? Let's start off with accelerated digital transformation. Firstly, what is that? Well, digital transformation is the adoption of digital technologies by an organization. Why, you might ask? Well, the goal is for the implementation to improve efficiency, value, and innovation. And there's a lot of ways to do that. Some of the key technologies that enable digital transformation is cloud computing, mobile platform access, machine learning, artificial intelligence, AR, VR, IoT, there's a whole bunch of them. And in 2023, we will continue to see the innovation and developments in transformative technologies like artificial intelligence, cloud computing, blockchains, and so many others. And the fascinating part of this is that they all work together to enhance each other's capabilities. What this will ultimately do is bring us closer than ever to a point where we are able to create intelligent enterprises, where the digital technologies will use each other to complete the menial tasks we don't want to do in the most efficient way. So how does your company prepare for this? Well, businesses must ensure that they embedded the right technologies throughout their entire processes in every area of operation. It is fundamentally a good business practice to understand how artificial intelligence and other technologies will affect your business and your industry. More efficient sales, better marketing, better customer service, more efficient supply chains are just a few things that are on the table, and in 2023, the barriers of access will be lower than ever before. In fact, there are already so many companies that are offering great services like Coastal Cloud, Shift Paradigm, Navisite Services, Code Zero, IBM, and the list just keeps going on and on. So the next one is to be aware of inflation and supply chain security. At this point, it is no surprise to anyone that the economical outlook of 2023 does not look too good. Many industries are still plagued by the supply chain issue that emerged during the global shutdowns caused by COVID-19, and it's only gotten so much worse because of the war in Ukraine. The United States is seeing the highest rates of inflation in many decades and heading into a recession. Many can argue that we are already in a recession, but that's not the point of this video. To combat these issues and stay afloat, businesses need to break down their entire operation and figure out any weak points and prepare for backups accordingly. This can mean reducing exposure to volatile market pricing of commodities, as well as building protective measures into supply chains to deal with the shortages and rising logistical costs. Recently, more and more companies are becoming self-reliant and deciding to insource parts of their manufacturing in the United States. And this is mainly due to identifying the risks of relying on Chinese manufacturers that are still plagued by the zero COVID policy. So identifying how inflation prices may affect your price margin and or securing alternative supply chains will not only help you improve your business, but it'll also help you leverage alternative options for better deals moving forward. Okay, so next let's talk about sustainability. This is by far one of the best business practices, and if your company isn't already doing this, then you seriously need to focus on this part of the video. The world is increasingly waking up to the fact that climate change will pose a much bigger challenge than anything we've ever experienced before. Every day, more and more consumers and investors are preferring to do business with companies that practice environmental safety. Before we continue, I want to just talk a little bit more about what that means. In general, it means that consumers want to know where their products are made, how it's made, and what are the materials that it's made from. And this is not just a consumer thing. This is the employees, the investors, society itself is now a stakeholder. And buying trends are increasingly being driven by conscious consumers. Moving forward, it's more important than ever before to make sure that your company moves its environmental, social, and governance processes to the center of your strategy, meaning to measure the impact that your business is having on society and the environment. Increasing transparency, reporting, and accountabilities are all just great places to start. And you know, sometimes it's very easy to forget the environmental impact your industry has on the world. For example, think about cloud computing services. It's easy to think, well, we aren't really creating products and we're not creating waste either, since everything is virtual. But don't forget that your entire industry is being powered by data centers across the world, and those data centers may and do have a negative impact on the environment. So it's extremely important for every business to have a solid game plan with clear goals and timeframes on how to reduce those negative impacts. But that's not enough, because then the game plan needs to be actually executed. And quite honestly, guys, when it does come to the trends of 2023, there is a lot of things that you can do and can look at. Learning, researching, and developing your own experiences is the best way to improve every single day. I want to keep this video short and sweet, so we're going to end it right over here. And I want to thank everybody for listening to the video. And if you did get some information that was useful to you, leave a comment down below on what you think, and also consider subscribing to the channel, because as I mentioned, there are a lot of things to look at when it comes to being successful in business, how other companies are successful, and what people do to grow their companies from within and from the outside. And I will be exploring all of that as time continues. I love you all, thank you, and we'll see you next time on Company Comprehension.